Hey everybody, Corey here, and I wanted to do something a little different today for this video. As you can see behind me, I am a big fan of books. To me, books are the greatest way to get into magic, and really the best way to learn. Um, there's a lot to be said about video, but you do, and I see it more and more all the time, of people picking up the mannerisms of the people teaching in the videos. And that's like the nice thing about books is you don't get those mannerisms. Um, Also, if my camera's a little shaky, I'm gonna figure this out and probably put this on a different its own stand. But if it's a little shaky, I've got a whole new setup happening. So I need to remember not to lean on the table. but so today is going to be a book recommendation. Um, and there's so many books that I could recommend, but the one I want to start off with is probably one of my favorite magic books of all time. Um, this is one that I still do material out of. It's one that has uh, brought on like a different way of thinking. It was actually my first book from this creator, um, which inspired me to do so many other things in magic and create a lot of my own ideas, and that is Super Magic by Paul Harris. This little book, it's not even that big of a book. It's 133 pages of just great magic. People, when I talk about books, I always tell people if you can get one thing from a book, to me that makes that book worth it, because now you've got one thing that you love out of that book. You've got a book that you can revisit later and later, and more things are going to start appealing to you uh, as you go through. So some of the things in this book, and some of the reasons I don't even remember how much I paid for it. I want to say I paid like $20 for it. Um, but some of the top things that I've marked in this book are Ace Trap. That's been an ace trick that I've done since the moment I've read it. Hi Ho Silver, which is a vanish of a coin, and then a reproduction under a selected card. Ultimate Ripoff, a single card, torn and restored card that actually inspired my version of torn and restored. Um, I love Ultimate Ripoff. It's one of those that, if someone wants to see something and they hand me a deck of cards, I'm like, hey, do you mind if I tear up a card? And they say no. You can do it with any card. Um, PDQ Coins Across. It's a Coins Across, totally ungaffed. Amazing. You can see Paul do it in Stars of Magic videos. And then Reset. Reset is one of those tricks that pretty much every magician does. And those are just like the top 5 tricks. Like going other tricks in this book: Double Monty, Flash Control, Easy Royal, Pain, Library Card, Machine Gun Aces, Vacuum Cleaner cards, which is a really good trick, Las Vegas Split. So highly recommend this book. I've gotten so much out of this. I believe if you have the first Art of Astonishment book, I believe all of the super magic stuff is in that Art of Astonishment book. Um, I believe, don't quote me on that. But I highly recommend Super Magic and reading the stuff that is in Super Magic. Um, like I said, I've gotten so much out of it. Ace Trap is one that I practice every day as part of my opening, card set. I go from my Father Cyprian work, to Ace Trap, into Doc Daly's Last Trick, into like twisting the aces. Like I just do all this ace stuff from the game, so no one's selecting a card. Um, and I'm able to kind of plot out the entire routine. So I'm a big Paul Harris fan in general. I think I have almost everything he's ever published book-wise. Um, on top of that, the Art of Astonishment books as well, which include a lot of his previously published work. But if you have a chance, if you don't have Art of Astonishment, one, pick those up. But if you don't have the money to pick up Art of Astonishment, try to find a copy of Super Magic. You should be able to get this relatively cheap. You might have to get it secondhand, but great book. And like I said, I believe it's in the first Art of Astonishment book. The first book, I believe, has a lot of his previously published work. But yeah, that's my book recommendation for today, for this week. It's Paul Harris's Super Magic, one of the greatest, in my opinion, magic books ever written. And there's just so much great quality magic in that book. So check it out. What's one of your favorite magic books? Let's talk about that down in the comments below, and we will catch you in the next video.